Most companies get trade shows wrong. We're seeing it live here at Dreamforce. And here on this live Master SaaS, you're going to hear 3 tips on how to make sure you're getting the most out of any trade show you attend. Check it out. We're going to start off with tip number 1. And I see this at every booth here. Very few focus on book demos over badge scans. And I think this is a huge mistake. Field marketers have to start changing what they're being measured against, because at the end of the day, guess who else is following up with all of those badge scans? Every single vendor here. You need to focus on sticking out. And if you have that conversation with your ideal prospect, pressure test it a little bit and ask them if they're willing to book the demo right then and there. We spend thousands of dollars to get in front of our buyers, only to then capture their email address and follow up with them digitally. Huge mistake. Prioritize booking demos live on the trade show versus scanning the badge and saying you're going to follow up later. Tip number 2, you want to make sure you contextualize your pitch. Most people are focused on the elevator pitch in a trade show, which I don't disagree you need to have. But oftentimes when people ask me, hey, what does Chili Piper do? The first question I ask them is, can I actually figure out what you do, whether you're in sales, marketing, CS, whatever it is, so I can actually contextualize my pitch to what they deal with in day-to-day. The last thing I want them to do is think about how, oh, that's great for my salesperson, or that's great for my customer success manager, and not really connecting the dots themselves. So make sure you're contextualizing your pitch so the person you're speaking to actually knows how you impact their day-to-day. Tip number 3, you want to ungate your swag. So what I mean by this, if you look around, most people's first line of defense to their booth is, of course, a person. And that's not too bad. But here's what I've noticed where we've had a lot of success. We actually put our swag right at the front of a trade show booth in a cart, and that's actually the first brand interaction they get. Now, we have a lot of swag that's on brand, so people start to get a laugh out of it, and that's when our salespeople come around and start engaging them in a conversation. It's a little subtle difference, but actually allowing them to engage with your swag first before engaging with a sales rep or somebody from your company has worked miracles for us, and it's led us to booking hundreds of demos at trade shows simply by ungating our swag. So there you have it, a live Master SaaS here at Dreamforce. As you probably see, a lot of people are not necessarily applying these tips, but I can tell you that if you focus on booking demos instead of scanning badges, if you focus on contextualizing your pitch to somebody who's right in front of you so they know in their day-to-day how you affect them, and number 3, you ungate that swag, you're going to get a lot of traffic coming to your booth. But on top of that, you're going to focus on converting that traffic into qualified held meetings and booked revenue. Stay spicy.